Is everything okay?
Her şey yolunda.
İyi gördüm.
Oh, you look great.
Oh, thank you.
Ama
Very kind.
sigarayı bıraktırmam lazım.
But I have to make you stop smoking
I
somehow.
know. I don't want to kill somebody.
Well then certainly it's a historic day. It's a historic day and I'm obviously proud that Italy is here. I'd like to think it's also a thank you to the work that we've been doing in recent months, particularly, as you know, on the humanitarian level for the people of Gaza, but also on the political level in a, let's say, constant and silent support for all the efforts that were being made toward a cessation of hostilities. It is a great success of Donald Trump. I think Donald Trump is right in saying it is his greatest diplomatic success, although we wish him more, starting with Ukraine. But I think we also have to thank the mediators who worked for this result. So Sheikh Tamim Al Thani, President Erdogan, President Sisi, who is hosting us today, and so many others who pushed and helped. Clearly it's a very long path. We have today, let's say, a first phase, but it's also an opportunity that hasn't been seen for so many years to get to a serious, lasting, just peace in the Middle East, which for me is always based on T-Defense, the Red Cross. Our military who are already ready to move on the security level. You know that our Carabinieri already for years in Jericho have been training the Palestinian police, as well as you know that we are also engaged in the mission in Rafah. We can implement and we are ready to implement this presence, by the way already provided for in the mission's decree, up to a participation in a stabilization force, that would require in this case clearly also a parliamentary passage on which I hope that once in a while, and I am sure that this time we could even say vote unanimously. And then obviously on the reconstruction level where we are ready to do our part, as much with development cooperation as because clearly the amount of work that will need to be done is enormous, involving our private sector and on the political level, of course. So everyone knows that ours is a nation, respected, well-liked in the region, that manages to have dialogue with everyone, that however does it precisely with frankness, looking at results, and I think at this stage can play a leading role.
Prime Minister, are we closer to recognition of Palestinian statehood after this day of celebration, these agreements?
Well, clearly if the plan is implemented, of course that is closer. Because you know that, in short, I aim to have a state of Palestine and then the recognition of the state of Palestine, when there are the conditions that have been set also by the parliament, of course.
Is there any possibility that there will be an extension of the Mottay plan, even with regard to the reconstruction of Gaza, as has appeared on some back pages in recent days?
Well look, the Mottay plan is called the Mottay Plan for Africa. Now I don't know if we have moved Palestine geographically, but no, that doesn't take away from the fact that you can do other things. We have development cooperation. We can also imagine a specific plan. I don't think the tool is the Mottay Plan for Africa, because it's imagined for Africa. It's another thing. However, some models that we are pursuing with the Mottay Plan for Africa of 360-degree development can certainly be replicated in Gaza.
Have you any thoughts on how the board for the transitional government will be formed?
This is frankly premature and I don't have, let's say, particular goals. Obviously, as always, if the support of Italy, the presence of Italy is requested, then we are ready to do our part. But I'm interested in bringing forward solutions. I'm interested that we do our part because really it's an opportunity, a great opportunity. But all the people who know the situation well know how complex it is and how much work is needed. So I think anyone who sincerely wants stability in the Middle East, a just peace in the Middle East, knows that this is the time for work, not the time for, let's say, the front row.
Prime Minister, this day has generated great expectations, so are there great responsibilities for you to get to peace?
Of course, I am perfectly aware of that. I am perfectly aware of that, so much so that we, at the level of, let's say, the Italian government, are already working on a paper that puts together all the things that Italy can do, all the things on which Italy can lend a hand to share with our partners. We are already working to move forward because now we must not give up. Now we must move forward at a fast pace. We must send a signal of concreteness. We must also give the signal to the people involved that things are changing, because in any case, in short, it is complex, it is difficult. Okay, it is not for today. It is not a day that closes anything, it is more a day that opens something up. but that something that opens can be huge. It can be something that we could only dream of for a few years. And so I guarantee you that everything Italy can do, it will do.
We must take advantage of this moment, lest there may be problems such that this opportunity may founder.
Look, in my opinion, the biggest risk you run is that you are not pragmatic about these things. You have to be pragmatic. You have to avoid anything that can heat up tempers and anything that can be an excuse. You have to be very clear-headed now, very clear-headed, and this is really an appeal I make to everybody because it is a very delicate phase, but it really can give us great results. Thank you.
Are you today that Donald Trump will stay the course on this huge challenge?
I'm quite optimistic. But the main thing is that we are ready to give him and the others all the end that is needed. Italy is there and is ready to be there for it. This is a very big occasion, but we have to work on it. We have to work on it a lot. So you can count on Italy.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry guards.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.